There's some new information surrounding the WWE writers, so we'll see what's going on there. We'll also check out what's happening with Bray Wyatt, the Bloodline, and much more. Let's start things off with an update for the WWE writers. As you may have already heard by now, WGA writers have gone on strike after a deal was not reached with the representatives of Hollywood studios. WGA noted that residual pay has not adjusted to a streaming world, how it's not fair, and now has caused a massive strike. This strike is now obviously causing massive delays for upcoming movies, TV series, live talk shows, and more. Mostly everything is missing in action and will be eventually affected by this strike if an agreement isn't reached soon. And reports claim that it may take months to resolve. This had WWE fans wondering about the WWE writers. Are they included in this strike? And how exactly does this affect WWE television? Well, Nick Khan recently addressed this matter during WWE's Q1 earnings call. He had this to say about where the WWE writers stand. Quote, "Our writers are not members of the guild, so there's no effect on us whatsoever. Of course, we are supportive of the writers who are members of the guild and their efforts, and we are hopeful a deal can be reached between them and the other side in short order." End quote. So that's why WWE television hasn't been affected. Their writers are not a part of the guild, but they're still sending out their support to the writers that are on strike. Bray Wyatt hasn't been a part of SmackDown since February 24th. But his name has still been in the headlines due to a few different reports and the fan buzz that's still surrounding his return. There was the report that Bray is allegedly excited to return to WWE again, and the recent report that WWE has brought in a brand new writer to handle his story. So there's been something related to Bray Wyatt to talk about, but the overall mystery around his return is still there. A few weeks before WrestleMania, there was a fake QR code that had some fans fooled, thinking it was related to Bray Wyatt, but it turned out to be fake. And now it seems like some fans were slightly fooled again with something that went down at Backlash. While the camera was on the commentary table, a monster-looking creature can be seen right behind Michael Cole with a sign that read, "I do exist. Hashtag feed your wild side." In reality, this was obviously just a sneaky way for WWE to implement a Jack Link's beef jerky advertisement into Backlash. They even posted some other advertisements with the brand just a few days before on social media. So this was done in a way to make viewers think it was probably an Easter egg, but it was simply just an advertisement. Fans that were completely unfamiliar with Jack Link instantly wondered if this was the first return teaser for someone like Bray Wyatt. Before Bray made his return at Extreme Rules 2022, there were lots of Easter eggs and hints that were being shown in a similar manner. There were signs behind Michael Cole on SmackDown, rabbits walking through the crowd, and so many other things like that. So at first glance, fans thought this was what was going on here, but unfortunately not. It was just an advertisement. A recent photo of Bray Wyatt also surfaced from a wedding, but other than that, things have been pretty silent. Considering that the draft has passed and Bray Wyatt wasn't drafted, this does add a bit more buzz to his return because technically he's a free agent. So his big return can happen for the Raw brand or the SmackDown brand. Obviously, Bray's return and first appearance since February will be a big deal. So maybe it's a return that they do save for even one of the upcoming premium live events. So it's still something big to look forward to in the coming months. Now let's get into the latest big developments with the Bloodline story, because the SmackDown before Backlash and Backlash itself definitely did some things to advance the story. Let's start off with the SmackDown before Backlash. Jimmy is hyped up and is trying to get Solo Sikoa hyped up too, but Solo is completely ignoring him. This caused Jay to get more serious and stern towards Solo Sikoa and told him that Jimmy was asking him a question. Solo Sikoa said that he better be ready to do his part at Backlash, and how the Usos better do their part. Solo said all this while continuing to tape up his thumb that he used for the Samoan spike, basically hinting at the idea that he'll hit them with the spike if they don't live up to the expectations. So then we get to the Backlash event itself, and tensions are once again running high between all three brothers. Jay and Solo were constantly having these mini arguments in the middle of their 6-man tag match. Solo Sikoa also grabbed Jay Uso and almost hit him with a spike during the madness and confusion of the match. Solo Sikoa also saved Jay Uso from losing the match several times. Solo was even hesitant to tag his brothers into the match, which was one of those nice subtle little details because it shows that Roman's world is getting through to Solo. He doesn't really trust his brothers to handle their business the same way Roman doesn't trust them right now. It's also very important to point out that Solo Sikoa was the one to pick up the win in this match, despite all the chaos and miscommunication. So in a way, even though the Bloodline won the match, Solo Sikoa is the one that gets all the points here. He saved the match several times, and he was the one who overcame everything to score the pinfall victory. And Jimmy appears to be the character that doesn't really grasp how serious this situation is. Maybe Jimmy thinks all is well since they technically all picked up the win at Backlash. But someone like Jay Uso is aware that even despite the win, Backlash has only made things worse for the Usos. They're arguing with Solo Sikoa. They're making everything look so dysfunctional. And we know that's something that Roman absolutely despises. He hates when the family loses and hates when they embarrass themselves. And although it went down in the history books as a win, Backlash was still an embarrassment to the Bloodline. So you just know this is a situation that Roman Reigns will address. Roman will be returning on the May 12th edition of Smackdown, and he'll have a lot to address and talk about. Obviously, Roman will address the New World Heavyweight Championship because it's not fair and it should anger the character. Now, in reality, the New World title is a great thing and was so desperately needed on Raw. But within the storyline universe and from Roman's point of view, it should be frustrating for him. You're champion for 1,000 days. You successfully defended your title against everyone. And they just spawn in another world title that's supposed to be on the same level as your title? You can see from Roman's perspective, it's a little messed up. That's why Roman will likely have a lot to say about the creation of that new title. And that's why there's also a big popular fan theory going around that Roman has to at least try to get the new world title within the Bloodline. It'll be out of character for him if he and Heyman don't even try to get their hands on it. Maybe Roman has been so impressed with how Solo has been holding things together while he was gone that Roman does try to get Solo into the World Heavyweight Championship tournament. That could be one route for Roman Reigns to take. Another big situation Roman will obviously address is the Usos, because remember, Roman still hasn't spoke to the Usos since before WrestleMania. So technically, we haven't even seen Roman's reaction towards the Usos losing their tag team titles. And now you throw in all the extra mistakes that the Usos have been making over the last few weeks, it's definitely not going to be easy for the Usos to deal with Roman Reigns right now. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.